YouTube, welcome to GeekShhh. So as we proceed on our journey of pairing the M4 Mac Mini with the perfect docking station, we seem to have stumbled upon a new contender from the company UGREEN. Now, full disclosure, I recently reached out to UGREEN for a sample unit of the 11-in-1 USB-C docking station, and although they were kind enough to send me out said unit, I still would not show them my video before uploading it to YouTube, and I also would not cater my opinions to suit their needs. Now, although UGREEN currently has 2 docking stations available for the M4 Mac Mini, I will be concentrating on the 11-in-1 version for this particular review. Now, both hubs are basically the same, but one has a display port which forces it to utilize 2 of your Thunderbolt ports, while the one I'm reviewing does not have that display port and only utilizes 1 of your Thunderbolt ports. Now, when it comes to the packaging, it's basically bare bones, consisting of just the unit itself and a packet. Now, inside that packet, you will find a mini screwdriver, user instructions, a recycle card, a user manual, and also a thermal pad. So back to the unit itself, it takes on the same form factor of the M4 Mac Mini, so you're looking at a little over 5 inches vertically and also horizontally, and then about an inch in width. Now, in terms of weight, it comes in at about 263 grams, which is a little over half a pound. Now, in terms of functionality, on the front of the unit, you have a micro SD card slot, a full SD card slot, and 2 USB-A 3.2 10 gigabit per second ports. Now, let's turn our attention to the back of the unit where you have 2 USB 3.0 5 gigabit per second ports, a USB 3.2 10 gigabit per second port, 2 USB-C 3.2 10 gigabit per second ports, and then you also have a 5-volt power input. Then you also have a single USB 4 input to utilize one of the Thunderbolt ports, and you also have a cutout so you can easily reach that annoyingly placed power button. Now, this hub supports up to 8 terabytes of storage, but I chose to use an inexpensive 512 gig from the in-house brand of Micro Center. Now, no matter which size drive you choose to use, you do not want to populate this NVMe slot with an overly expensive version because it's a waste of money due to the fact that you're capped at 10 gigabits per second. So let's go ahead and use the included screwdriver to unscrew the bottom screws so we can go ahead and install the drive. Then remove the tape from the thermal pad and apply it to the top of the NVMe and screw everything back up. Go ahead and test the drive out. We're going to do a 1 gig test on that particular drive, which is try out. And we're going to go ahead and get it started. Now, you got to remember, this is 10 gigabits per second. So you basically capped at 1000 megabytes per second is the max you can do. So we pulled in about 975 on the write and 838 on the read. Let's go ahead and do the 5 gig test. Go ahead and start that up. 971 megabytes per second on the write, and let's see what we're doing here on the read, guys. So we're going to do about 807 megabytes per second on the read. So that's pretty good. You're not, this is when you're dealing with 10 gigabits per second, that's really for editing 1080p or storage, or even, time machine backups, in my personal opinion. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and do a Wi-Fi test. And this is with the hub underneath the M4 Mac Mini. Go ahead and get it started up. It's connected. Let's see what we can do. As you can see right there, we pull in around 350 megabits per second. Now, I get about 1 gig up, 1 gig down from my internet service provider. So anything close to 400 megabits per second is pretty impressive, if I may say so myself. Now, this is even more impressive because this is the first hub that I tested that I didn't receive any Wi-Fi issues. So that's even more impressive. So they went ahead and fixed whatever problems that you could potentially have with your Wi-Fi. Now, for me personally, I like to use Ethernet, but it's good to see that if you're someone that likes to use your Wi-Fi, you won't have a problem with this particular hub. So after using this docking station for the past few weeks, here's what I think. You have SD card readers, USB 3.2 ports giving you 10 gigabits per second, as well as USB 3.0 ports providing 5 gigabits per second, which should satisfy your peripheral needs. They also give you USB-C ports, which is basically non-existent with other popular hubs on the market. Then they even include a 5-volt input for power. Now, speaking of that 5-volt input for power, when I was unboxing this hub initially, I intended on blasting UGREEN for not including a power brick and a USB-C cable. Now, during my first week of using this docking station, I was using my own power brick and USB-C cable so I could monitor the wattage. Now, under a heavy use, I saw it max out at about 7.8 watts, but majority of the time, it was just hovering around 5.5 watts. Now, after that first week of use, I used it without any power brick, and I literally saw no difference in performance. Therefore, I can't even fault UGREEN for not providing those accessories in the box. Now, as far as Wi-Fi is concerned, this is literally the first hub I tried that didn't give me any problems. Now, according to UGREEN, they were able to accomplish this by using conductive paint shielding, which blocks 5G Wi-Fi interference. Now, that alone deserves a round of applause, in my personal opinion. And as if it couldn't get any better, it also is a fanless design, so you don't have to deal with any loud noises coming from it. Now, I cannot in good conscience compare this to any 40 gigabit per second or 80 gigabit per second hubs out there on the market, because it just does not have that type of capability. But when it comes to 10 gigabit per second hubs out there on the market, come on, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this a 10 out of 10, and I'm gonna go ahead and crown this one king, because at the end of the day, there is no competition in that particular category. It is what it is. Now, I had this docking station for the past few weeks, and I would have put my video out earlier, but UGREEN wanted me to wait till today because today is Amazon Prime Day, and it's going to be a lot of good deals out there, and this particular docking station is not excluded. Now, generally, this docking station goes for about $89, but go ahead and check the links in the description to save a significant amount from that price. Anyway, my name is DeMarco Payne for GeekShhh. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And last but not least, may the good news be yours.